Hello viewers, this is Hey Rotlania. Welcome back to my playthrough of Dragon Quest V, Hand of the Heavenly Bride, for the Nintendo DS. Previously, we escaped from the construction site of some monstrous temple, and now we're drifting away in a barrel. Just Madason, Harry, and Maria. We seem to have spent 10 years in slavery. Hopefully we're on our way to freedom. We seem to be landing at some religious institution. Ah, it's a nun. And we seem to be coming to a landing right outside this church. Isn't that convenient? Ah, what a relief to see you awake at last. You must have been exhausted, child. None of the above, eh? You've been sound asleep for 5 days now. I was starting to worry that you'd never wake up. 5 days, sheesh. I still can't get over the shock of how you got here, in a barrel of all things. Your companion's been telling me all about it. You escaped from the most awful-sounding place, you poor child. This is Heavens Above Abbey, and we sisters here are all nuns of the Order of the Above. Please rest here until you feel well again. Well, thank you, Miss Nun. And we are equipped again. And we're in much better shape now. Yes, let's give Madason a boomerang, because we'll have someone else take that chain whip before long. Oh yes, we found those clothes in amongst your belongings. The things you had on were in such a state that we thought it would be best if you were spruced up a bit. Well, thank you for that, ma'am. We look at the bookshelves. No books of particular interest. I wonder if we can read now. Hey, Harry. Madason, you're finally awake. And you've changed and everything. Oh yes, you did bring a few things with you. Look at me, though, still every bit the slave. I suppose it doesn't really matter. Much more important is that Maria's going to take part in some kind of baptism ceremony so that she can live here from now on. You're probably not really in the mood, having just woken up, but we should go along and watch. All right, Harry. You lead the way. Ah, she looks much better. We will now call upon the goddess to bestow her blessing on our new friend Maria. We thank the goddess that you found your way here to us at Heavens Above Abbey, dear friend Maria. And we call upon the Almighty One to grant you her blessing on this day. Abbess above all pours ruby-colored liquid slowly from the glass and hands it to Maria. With this symbolic drink, we pray that the protection of the goddess now flows within and around you. Henceforth, you will dedicate yourself to your studies, such that the beauty of your blessed soul may never be sullied. This concludes our ceremony. Now let us all return to our duties. Ah, nice and short. I wonder if Maria will be filling the hills with the sound of music. I'm here 'cause I ran away from my husband. He's a mean old ruffian, so he is. Eh? You ran away from somewhere and all, did you? It's a small world. Indeed it is. I've heard all about what happened to you, you poor thing. A slave for 10 years, but now you're free at last. I'm sure there will never again come a time when you are forced to submit to the will of another. Your father is an angel in heaven now. So it's for you and you alone to decide what the future holds, where you'll go and what you'll do. But don't let this overwhelm you. This freedom is the essence of life, and you must savor it. I've heard talk of the Order of Zugzwang a little while ago, when I was staying at a town on my travels. It seems they want to create some kind of utopia, where everyone can live in happiness and peace. It would be wonderful if this ideal world was possible, but the happiness of one's family and friends has to be one's first priority. If people could just ensure that much, then everyone would end up happy that way too. This room is set aside for when we receive important lady guests. We had a young rich girl here until just the other day, undergoing her domestic goddess training. She was such a beautiful and kind-hearted girl. I think we probably learnt more from her than she did from us. First we were blessed with her presence, and now we have your Maria. We're so lucky to have such delightful people around us. Well, let's check out the bookshelves. There's a book entitled The Maiden of Above It All Tower. There was once a girl who climbed a tower where the goddess was said to live, because she wanted to find out if the goddess really existed. The goddess put many obstacles in the young girl's path, but she courageously persevered until she reached the top of the tower. There, legend has it that the goddess rewarded her by bestowing on her a mysterious mirror with the power to reflect the truth. Interesting. And Madason can now read. Interesting. I wonder who taught him to read. Ah, this seems to be the bell tower. I see Harry's waiting down there. I guess we'll have to go talk to him eventually. Hey, Maria. Oh, you're finally up and about again. It's such a relief to see you looking well. Well, thank you, Maria. I haven't really thanked you properly for bringing me to safety like my brother asked. It's so awful to imagine him and all those other poor slaves still stuck there in that wretched place. I feel truly blessed to be here and to be free. The goddess must have had a hand in my good fortune. My brother gave me this, and I want you to have it, Madason. And we get 1,000 gold coins. That will help. I hope it'll come in useful. I have faith that the courage you and Harry have will be like a beacon to guide our troubled world into the light. Well, we'll do our best, Maria. You're one of the fellows who was washed up here in that barrel with Maria, aren't you? That is right. The more I speak with that dear girl, the more I can't fail to be impressed by how sweet she is in her nature. It's almost as if she was born solely for the purpose of serving the goddess. Well, I hope you ladies will take good care of her. Hey, little girl, I wish I could go out and play. Hey, did you know that there's a big town to the north of here? It's amazing. There's so much to do there. Ah, I guess that's our next destination. I'd like you to have this statue of the goddess as a good luck charm for your safe onward journey. And we receive a crude image. We place it into the bag. That statue was carved with love and prayers by we nuns of Heavens Above Abbey. It doesn't have any special powers or anything like that, but I hope it will at least make a nice keepsake of your time here. Well, thank you. I don't remember much of it. We make all of our own clothes and grow our own food here at the Abbey, you see. So we're used to making things for ourselves. Okay, let's check out this crude image. It's a knick-knack, and it apparently increases luck. Yes, it'll help to increase Madison's luck. So, let's go out and talk to Harry. Hello, kitty. He's walking happily through the grass. Sorry I came out without saying anything just then, Madason. I knew Maria all that time when we were slaves, and yet I never noticed until today how beautiful she is. I wonder if she's planning on staying here forever. It's not as if we could even stay with her if we were inclined to. Oh well, I'm not sure what I'm going to do from here. Let me know when you're leaving, won't you? All right, Harry. Are you ready to go now? Yes, I am. It's about time you set off in search of your mother, I suppose. I don't really have anywhere special to go. Can I tag along with you? Well, sure, Harry, come along. Brilliant. Now that's decided, let's get going. I'll go and tell everyone we're leaving. You wait here. All right, Harry. So you're leaving us. I hear you're embarking on a journey in search of your mother. That is correct. Perhaps you might be able to find some clues at the large town to the north of here. Take care, my child. Thank you so much for everything. You're welcome, Maria. I'm going to pray here every day for all of those poor slaves still imprisoned at the temple. And I shall also be praying that you manage to find your mother, Madason. Please take care on your travels. I'll never forget you. You're a grown man now, Madason. It's up to you to find your own way through the journey of life. But you must never feel alone. Remember that the goddess is watching over you always. I'll be praying for her to guide you on your journey. Thank you, Ms. Abbess. Time for the off. Okay, Harry. Harry joins Madason. All the party join music. Now we have Harry as a more permanent party member. Still Prince of Coburg. Yes, I'll sort my bag, and then we'll see what we can equip on Harry. Maybe scale armor? Yep, that'll be better than that stupid surf wear. Maybe a bronze shield? Yep. That will definitely help. Hardwood headwear. Oh, I noticed Bianca's ribbon in the bag. And he seems to have a TNT ticket. I'll hang on to that. Yes, I'll equip Madason with the boomerang, so he can give the chain whip to Harry. And I'll put this bronze knife and the surfwear into the bag. I forgot to tell you, but I found this TNT ticket during the time I was a slave. I would have thrown it away in the blink of an eye back in the old days. But you hang on to any scrap of anything you come by when you have so little. You're a grown man now, Madason. It's up to you to find your own way through the journey of life. But you must never feel alone. Remember that the goddess is watching over you always. I'll be praying for her to guide you on your journey. Thank you, Abbess, above all. We may be back later. I'm right behind you too, Madason. We'll do this together. Yes, more party chat. Thank you so much for everything. I'm going to pray here every day for all of those poor slaves still imprisoned at the temple. And I shall also be praying that you manage to find your mother, Madason. Please take care on your travels. I'll never forget you. Thank you, Maria. It looks like Maria really is going to stay on here. What? Why are you looking at me like that, Madason? You must feel a little sad about it too, right? Well, yes, a little. We'll just have to hope we'll have the chance to meet up with her again one day. I wonder if Harry is sweet on Maria. If you travel north from here, you'll come to the large town of Fortuna. A lot of travelers pass through the place, so there's a good chance that you'll pick up some useful information there. Fortuna, eh? Got it. Fortuna? I don't think I've ever heard of such a town before. Interesting. So let's leave the Abbey. It's all very well deciding to go off and find your mother, but where do we start? I suppose that town to the north is as good a place as any. Yes, it is. It's been many a long year since we had the chance to enjoy so much outside air. Yes, it is. It's funny, I used to take little things like that for granted, but now they seem so important. I still can't believe how he managed to travel so far in a barrel of all things. We must be the luckiest people alive. Well, we are RPG characters after all. Well, let's go back to the Abbey. Just walking back through the gate of this place makes me feel more relaxed. I wonder how Maria's getting along. Shall we pop inside and see her? Yes, let's go see Harry's party chat reactions. I'm here 'cause I ran away from my husband. He's a mean old ruffian, so he is. Yes, I'll make someone a nice husband. It's hard to imagine either of us as good husbands when you think we were both slaves until just recently. But we know what it feels like to be miserable because of someone else's violence, so at least we'll never be like her brood of a husband. Yes, I certainly don't intend to be. Yep, this nun is still going on about how they make everything for themselves. No reaction from Harry. It was always just my brother and I, even when I was really small. Life was hard and we were living on the edge most of the time. Then we found out about the Order of Zugzwang, and Joshua decided to become one of their soldiers. I see. I was lucky enough to be able to study under Bishop Ladia, and we were so grateful for the opportunity to pull ourselves out of the mire. But I can never come to terms with the idea of sacrificing so many people just to build a grand temple. I'm so worried about what's become of Joshua, but there's nothing I can do apart from sit here and pray for him each day. Well, that bishop is the one who murdered my dad. I hope Joshua didn't get into trouble for helping us to escape. I just wish there was something we could do. I feel so helpless. Well, we will eventually be able to do something. Maria is just so pretty. But all she ever does is pray, and she looks so sad and lonely sometimes. I see. I wonder why Maria seems so lonely. Maybe it's because I'm not around. No, I'm sure that's not it. If only it was, though. Yes, I think Harry is definitely sweet on Maria. This is Heavens Above Abbey. We have many lost and suffering sheep finding their way to our door. And you're among them. So young and yet you've seen so much suffering. Oh, dear Goddess, have mercy. We know more about suffering than most, that's for sure. It's been a rocky ride for us so far. This room is set aside for when we receive important lady guests. Yep, still talking about that young rich girl. I wonder if we will ever meet that girl. I didn't realize rich girls come here to do domestic goddess training of all things. It sounds like a terrible bind. Well, you never know. The more I speak with that dear girl, the more I can't fail to be impressed by how sweet she is in her nature. I know it's wrong to doubt people, but I find it hard to believe that any spiritual leader who turned that lovely soul into a slave could ever be good enough to save the world. Yeah, I don't think so. The Order of Zugzwang was so odd, kidnapping rich and high-class children like that. Children are too weak to be of any use, so what's the point? Maybe it's because they're easier to influence. Well, their tender charm certainly didn't work on Madason. This is the visitor's lodgings. It's rather cramped, but would you like to rest for a while? Not yet. We value every guest we have here at the Abbey extremely highly. I do hope we'll make your acquaintance again. To tell you the truth, I'm still not quite used to sleeping in a bed again. I suppose it's because I was a slave for such a long time. We slept in straw on the floor. And before we set out on our journey, I think we will save here at the Abbey. In the next episode, we will head north to the town of Fortuna. This is Heorotlinia. I would like to thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time.